Hello guys, this is Kyuprus here. Today I'll be showing you some tips in FL Studio which can really help you to overcome some of the obstacles and to overcome the frustration which you get while working around FL Studio. These tips will also help you with your workflow in some way or the other. Let's get started. So first thing first, so most of us work in 4x4 time signature, right? But what if you want to work in different time signature within the same playlist and get back to same time signature? What I mean is that, say for example, for the first 4 bars, you want to work in 4x4, but for the next bar, you want to work in 3x4. So it's pretty easy in FL Studio. What you need to do is simply select the region for which you need to change the time signature and press Alt-Shift+T. This menu will pop up and just select the numbers you want. For this tutorial, I'll just select 3 in numerator and 4 in denominator. So as you can see, from bar 5 to 13, it's in 3x4 time signature. As you can see, you can also move this. So from bar 13, again, it goes back to 4x4. You can also move this one. So this is pretty handy tip, and you should definitely try this if you want to experiment a little bit more with your music and time signature stuff. So second tip I have for you guys is consolidation. Most of you might know this, but I'll tell you guys. So let's say you have this pattern over here and this audio files. Now you want to combine these audio files into one audio file. So what you need to do is just select this, press Ctrl and press left click and select this both and press Ctrl Alt+ C. This menu will pop up. This is similar menu to the export menu which we get, but this is pretty simple. You just need to select whether you need it with effects enabled or disabled and press start. For now, I'll just keep them enabled and I'll press start. Okay, so as you can see, it's rendered into audio file. Right, it's rendered into one audio file. Now you can also undo this process. You just need to press Ctrl+ Alt+ Z and it will ask you to undo it, and you can even undo that, right? You can also render the pattern which is inside the playlist, and there you have it. Right? Pretty easy. Moving on to the third tip. I found this tip actually very recently when I was exporting sample pack Guitars Vibes Volume 1, which is out on AZM Music, by the way. You can check it out. Link will be in the description. So what happens basically if I bring this fader down, so it's basically zero gain, right? There is no volume going into the master channel. So when I render this and I consolidate these clips, it should basically give me nothing, right? So let's see, I'm rendering it now. So as you can see, even though this is the master fader is at 0 dB, it is rendering some audio. There is some audio information available here. So what does this mean? It means that the master fader doesn't work for some reason, and I don't know why, but that is not true for the effects. If you apply master effects, then they'll definitely work. There's nothing wrong with that, but just it's this master fader. Even though it's at 0 dB, but when I render it, I have the master effects enabled still. It will give me some audio. That is the thing you should know. Moving on to the fourth tip, which is renaming stuff. This will help you a lot in renaming stuff and staying organized. This is a piano note. So you want to rename this clip piano, right? So what you do is press left shift and left click, left shift plus left click on the track 2, and it will give you this. It will directly open the rename. So I'll just type in the name. Okay, let me type in piano. There you have it. It's piano now. So similarly, you can also rename this mixer channel. Let's say I want to rename this mixer channel 3 as a piano, right? So what I'll do, I'll just press shift plus left click and it will open this menu. I'll just write down piano. And okay, we have a fruity balance on metronome. I want to rename this and I'm going to call this gain. So what I'll do, I'll press left shift and click. I can rename it. So that's pretty handy, guys. You can rename stuff pretty quickly. This is also true for channel rec. I can just do this, and yeah, that's pretty handy, guys. Just left shift and click, so it will help you to rename everything in your track pretty quickly. Okay, moving on to the next step. So let's say you are trying to find a loop for your project. So if I drag and drop a loop here by mistake, like right now I'm doing it on purpose, but imagine, for instance, I did it by mistake, and as you can see, there's a waveform over here. Now I don't know how do I remove this waveform. I have no idea. So whenever you go to any other pattern clip, let's say you're going to this clip, you'll see this waveform prominent. I don't know why is it so, but that waveform stays. So that waveform is like it sticks. I don't know how to get it out. So what you need to do is click over here on the drop down menu, click on helper, and click on background waveform, or you can also use Alt plus N. So for example, I'll do it again. You just press Alt plus N and it's gone. So that was pretty frustrating for me when I was starting out. I hope that tip will be helpful for you in the future and it will save you from a lot of frustration. Moving on to the next tip, let's say I have a mixer channel and channel rack opened over here, and I just select my pattern clip, okay, and I click over here, so it's gone. They just vanished, so I need to click again. I want this to stay open while I click on my playlist. So what you need to do for that is you just need to open the drop down menu on the channel rack and select detached. So what it will do is whenever you click now on anywhere in the playlist, this channel rack will stay over here and it will not go away. So that is very important for me actually. Although many people don't do it, but for me at least that tip really helped me because I want to see what's going on. I want to like have full control on my playlist and mixer as well. What I'll do is I'll click on drop down menu over here and I'll just select detached and it will be detached. Same thing is true for plugins. You can click on options. In the general settings, you can see detach all plugins. It's enabled over here. So make sure to enable this if you want your workflow to be like this, because this is really helpful for me. And it's not wrong, guys. If you keep it disabled, there is nothing wrong with that if it suits your workflow. But this is just one of the things you should keep in mind. Moving on to the next tip, guys. Let's say I want to make a volume automation for this pattern, this audio clip over here. So I can just assign it to the mixer channel. Okay, yeah, that's it. And I can use the gain plugin, or I can right click over here and create automation clip. I can do that, and that's pretty okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to improve your workflow, so there is one handy shortcut for that. So what I'll make the volume automation clip pretty in just less than a second. There you have it. In less than a second, volume automation clip, you have it. And this automation clip reduces the gain before going to the mixer channel. And it's pretty handy, guys. I'll tell you how I did it. So basically, whenever you click over here, you can see the automate over here and you can click on volume, right? I did the same thing, but as you can see, there's an underline over here. There is a dotted underline over A, which means these are shortcuts. So when I press A, it will go to automate, and when you click on automate, there is a underlined dotted lines below V, which means it will automate volume. So when I click over here, I'll press A, it will select automate, and when I press V, it will select volume. So it's automating volume over here. So that's pretty handy, guys. Similarly, I can do the same thing for this drum loop. I can just click over here, press A and V, and there you have it. So as you can see, guys, that tip is pretty handy. But say you want to automate like this fader over here. So what you can do is you can press right click, and as you can see, there's a dotted underline below A. So what you can do is press right click over here and press A. It will create the automation clip for the for this particular fader. So I hope that tip will be helpful. Moving on to the next tip, I have an Edison tip for you. So basically, let's say you want to record something in Edison, maybe some effects or something, or anything. It could be anything, or vocal or a phrase or something. So what you can do is just you can click over here and open Edison. But I think that's pretty long process. So I'll give you a shortcut. You can just press Ctrl+E and it will open your Edison directly in the mixer channel. You see, guys, that's pretty fast and that's pretty handy. But let's say you want even more faster. So what you can do is you can press Shift+E and it will be already ready for recording. You just need to play and it will start recording. So that tip will be really helpful for you guys, I'm sure. Okay, guys. So next thing is playback. You can obviously play back some samples over here For example, there are a lot of one shots you want to check before dragging it into the playlist. But let's say you are using some big loops. So if I play something from our Mercury sample pack, let's say I'm playing like this melody over here. Okay, so as you can see, it stopped. It gave you a little preview of what it sounds like, but then it stopped. But what if you want to listen the full sample? There is a shortcut for that. You just need to press Alt plus left click, so it will play the full sample for you. Okay, I'm not gonna play the whole melody, but you get the idea, right? That melody is pretty big, by the way. So yeah, you get the idea. It will play the whole sample. We got the one last tip for you. Let's go to the options. Let's go to the project info over here. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You can enter the title of your track, the author name, the artist name, that is. You can select the genre if it's available in the list. You can write comments and you can provide your website link or web link or any link over here. So what this will do is it will embed that information, the text information, into the audio file. And I'll give you a live example. And that's our website, by the way, www.azmmusic.com. And I'll just close this, I'll save it, and now I'll render this. Here I'm just rendering the audio files, but you can render anything, literally, if it's your track or composition. So for the tutorial sake, I'll just be rendering these audio files. Here you can see my name, that is the name which I entered into the artist name. So if I right click over here and I select properties and I go to details, you can see everything, the comment which I did, AZM sample pack music. You can see the title, obviously, you can see the genre and the artist name. So guys, I hope these tips will be helpful for you in your music production journey. I'll see you in the future with more tutorials, with more sample packs and stuff. We have a bunch of sample packs incoming. You can check out all the free sample packs as well on our websites. You can support us by purchasing our sample pack. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.